What up, shit? Timers here. Here is my opening slash streaming summary where I talk about the films coming out this week, whether it be in theaters, streaming, etc. Alright. Now, the big film out this week, we got Godzilla X Kong A New Empire, which I am excited for. I thought the trailers for this have looked a lot of fun. So I'm definitely looking forward to see where they're gonna take this new one. This time of course it's actually Godzilla and Kong are actually you know, pretty much teaming up rather than facing off each other. So yeah, now of course the last Godzilla and Kong film, was released around like when the theaters reopened and stuff like that. So glad that we're a little bit back to normal, so it's could get major release here. So it's gonna be interesting to see here. Anyway, now stuff coming out streaming this week on Netflix. We got The Beautiful Game, which stars Bill Nye, and it's about a group of English homeless footballers compete in the Homeless World Cup. And this is actually directed by Tia Sharrock, who also has another film actually out this week as well, which I'll talk about here in a bit. But this actually looks really interesting. Looks very heartfelt. I love a good underdog story. You got Bill Nye, he's always great. Michael Ward is also in there, so hopefully it could be a good one. All right, also on Netflix, we got a movie titled The Wages of Fear. To prevent a deadly explosion, an illicit crack team has 24 hours to dive to 2 truckloads of nitrogen, no, nitrocern current across the desert, laden with danger. Yeah, could be interesting. Also on Netflix, we got now these both are actually international films. But also on Netflix, we got a movie titled The Heart of the Hunter. The quiet retirement of a once feared assassin is South Africa is interrupted by a desperate call from the door of an old and trusted friend whose father has been kidnapped. He covers a conspiracy at the heart of the government. And this could be interesting to check out. So that could be cool. On Disney Plus, we got a documentary thing here called Madhu, where Madhu follows 12-year-old Anthony Madhu as he travels, as he leaves his family and community in Nigeria to study at one of the most prestigious ballet schools in the world in England. Having never left his home outside of Lagos, Anthony finds himself thrust into a new world where his wildest dreams has suddenly within reach. His courageous journey is a story of extraordinary obstacles as he searches for belonging and acceptance, a family far and unexpected challenges that could impact his future, forming a rich and immersive tapestry told through multiple continents. Madhu introduces the world of a boy chasing his dream of inspiration that will resonate with us all. And that looks, pretty touching there. I mean, I do love like these type of underdog inspiration stories, so it could be interesting here. All right, on VOD we got a movie titled Breaking Olympia, the Phil Hart story, where Phil Hart rises through the ranks of bodybuilders to become a 7-time Miss Olympia champion. That could be interesting there. It is a documentary, so there's that. We got another documentary out this week called Hate to Love, Nickelback. Canadian rockers Nickelbacks discuss their rural roots in Alberta and their rise to fame in the 2000s. The online activity they face and the return after a 5-year break. I've always liked Nickelback. I don't understand why people dislike them. They've done some really cool songs, so it's a shame that people just got hate them for some reason. But I don't know, a documentary about them could maybe give some more love. So, all right. Now, a film that I, of course, saw on Tuesday, which I'll give a separate review for, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. Yeah, I saw that on Tuesday, and boy, that movie is awesome. It was a lot of fun. Of course, you got Tigger now in the pack. They do got like a tease of Bambi the Reckoning and other fairy tale creatures we got. So yeah, I highly recommend watching Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2 if you guys get a chance. All right. Now we got another horror film out this week called Easter Bloody Easter, which is a slasher Easter film A woman must protect her small town from a jackalope and his army of devilish bunnies as they embark on a murder spree over the Easter weekend. A woman must protect her small town from a jackalope and his army of devilish bunnies. As I already read that. As they embark on a murder spree over the Easter weekend here. Actually, put that twice. My bad. This looks a lot of fun. I love a good B level horror film. I mean, we got Winnie the Pooh Blood 92 this week. Now this, they know what us horror fans like, so I'm all for us. Like, we do need more Easter horror films, you know. I mean, I feel like we rarely have any Easter horror films. I mean, I know Eli Roth mentioned that he'll love to do one. We'll see if he'll actually get a chance to do that one. But hey, when we got a creepy bunny too, come on, whether it's Donnie Darko, who remembers Bunny Man. So I'm all for more bunny horror and more Easter horror, you know. All right. We also got another horror film out this week called Bag of Lies, where Matthew Quimby is desperate to save his wife, Claire, who is dying from a rare bone cancer. His last resort is an ancient relic capable of healing the dying, but man must uphold its rules and withstand the tricks it plays. And I saw the preview for this. This looks pretty creepy there, so that could be interesting. I think that's coming to VOD, if I'm not mistaken. We also got another horror film titled The Legend of Lake Hollow, where friends at a remote lakeside cabin find themselves in a deadly nightmare when trial cameras reveal ghostly demonic images surrounding them. And the trailer for this looks pretty creepy too. Who does not love like these type of supernatural ghost based films? Let me try to do the cast listers. Let's see. Cast. Yeah, so people like James David West, Kyle Rankin. So we got some interesting cast members in this that I've never really heard of, to be honest. So that could be cool, I guess. All right. Also, out this week, we got another horror film titled The Wendigo. A Native American teenager and his grandmother resurrect an ancient demon to protect their family from backwood meth dealers. However, they soon discover that the creature lust for killing can't be controlled. That could be really cool. There, who does not love like creature films, right? That could be interesting to check out. All right, we also got a film titled Polar Rescue, which stars Donnie Yen. After a boy gets lost during a bitter snowstorm, his frantic parents seek help from a local police, who are soon faced with desperate race against the clock, as hours tick with no sign of the child. Who does not love Donnie Yen? Like, that guy he could do action perfectly, so that could be interesting. We also got a movie titled A Cat's Life, which is a family-based film where Clemens rescues a kitten in her Persian attic and names him Lou. They form an unbreakable bond. They venture the countryside for her family's vacation, where Lou courageously leads to thrilling adventures in the woods. Amidst new friendships and dangers, Lou's journey unfolds, marking a transformation from a curious kitten to a brave and adventure cat. I mean, this kind of feels like, let's say, maybe like a dog's purpose with a cat. I mean, you don't really get these type of like cat based up. Obviously, we had a lot of cat movies, but never like let's say a dog's way home with a cat, or like a dog's life with a cat, or something like that. So I don't know. This could be interesting. I mean, I do love cats, so this could be cool, I guess. All right, and we also got a couple of action movies out this week. We got a movie titled A Splat City, which stars Sean Penn and Ty Sheridan, along with Mike Tyson, of all people. It's about a young man who becomes an emergency medical technician in Harlem, a temporary stop before he enters medical school. There, he experiences a range of crisis and stressful misadventures, including a mentor who has been numb to the point that he makes a wrong decision in life and death situation. And this actually looks interesting here. You know, you got Sean Penn, who's always great. Ty Sharon is a really cool actor. Mike Tyson, of all people, Mike Tyson is in this. You got Kelly Rez, who was just in the recent True Detective series. She looks great in this. This could be interesting to check out. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I was just talking about a movie about cat. Now here's a movie about dog because we also got the film Dogman. This stars Kill Landry Jones and it's about the story of a child bruised up by life who grows to find his salvation through the love of his dogs. And this looks really cool. You know, you got Luc Besson, who I've always liked Luc Besson, whether it's like The Professional, whether it's what else he's put out. Oh yeah, he did Valerian of all things. So this I don't know, it could be interesting to check out. So here we go. All right. We also got a movie titled In the Land of Saints and Sinners, which stars Liam Neeson, Karen Hines, Kerry Condon, Jack Gleason, Sarah Green, and it's where set in a remote Irish village, a newly retired assassin finds himself drawn into a lethal game of cat and mouse, and the trio of vengeful terrorists. And of course, Liam Neeson. Like there was always a time where I'll always get excited for a Liam Neeson movie, but lately some of his action movies hasn't been all that great. I did not mind Retribution, but that's a rare one there. But whether you talk about Blacklight was terrible, Memory wasn't so great, Marlowe was horrible. So I don't have too much high hopes for this one, but I mean this is from the same director who did The Marksman, and that's maybe one of his better films he did recent. But other than that, yeah, it could be good, but we'll see. All right. Now, also out, we got a movie titled Wicked Little Letters. Now, this stars Olivia Colman and Jesse Buckley, and we're two different neighbors who come together to solve a mystery. Now, again, this actually is directed by Tia Sharrock, who also has The Beautiful Game. So she literally has not one but two films out this week. So that's usually rare for a director, having like two movies out on the same day. Not the same week, like mostly the same day. So that's usually rare nowadays. I mean, we've had like movies with like two actors who have like an actor who has two movies on the same day, like Brooklyn Decker had done it once. But really, movies like with that, like usually rare, very rare for an actor, like not an actor, a director to have two movies on the same day. So that's interesting. All right. We also got a film titled Lousy Carter, which stars David Krumholtz as a near-do well literature professor, adrift on a soulless college campus, who learns as he only has 6 months to live, with a clock ticking down. Will he change his ways? Probably not. Man, baby, Lousy Carter struggles to compete in animated Nabokov adaptation. Teaches a graduate seminar on the Great Gatsby and sleeps with his best friend's wife. Now, you also got Olivia Derby, who you might remember from Juno. Her and Krumholtz were both in Oppenheimer together, so that's cool. You got Martin Starr, Steve Root. Got some interesting cast members in this. So, I mean, I love David Krumholtz. I still always remember him as Bernard from the Santa Claus films. So it's always cool to see David Krumholtz popping up. All right, we also got a movie titled The Listener, which is directed by Steve Buscemi, and also stars Tessa Thompson, Logan Marshall Green, Casey Wilson, Rebecca Hart, and many others. About a night shift volunteer for a mental health hotline. This kind of reminds me a little bit of that recent Jake Gyllenhaal movie. I think it was called The Core, something like that. It was that Netflix movie with that Jake Gyllenhaal did. Hold on, Jake Gyllenhaal Netflix movie. Yeah, The Guilty. It kind of reminds me of that in a weird way. Like Tessa Thompson is the only like person who's shown on screen, but the other people are mostly voices and stuff like that. So yeah, it definitely feels a little bit like that in a weird way. It does look interesting here. I love Tessa Thompson. She's always terrific. So this could be a train. All right. We also got a movie titled Karaoke, where Mir and Tova are a longtime couple living in upscale high rise in Ta Aviv, Isaac, in their new neighbor, a worldly modeled agent and bachelor. The couple attend Isaac's karaoke parties, and she becomes obsessed with him, competing with each other and other residents of the building for his attention. That could be interesting there. We also got a film titled La Chimera, which stars Josh O'Connor, who's of course in the new film Challenges, which I'm excited for. Here's what the film's about. The story centers on a young British archaeologist who gets involved in an international Newark of Station Yashkan artifact during the 1980s. Isabella Rossani is also in this. She's in a lot of stuff this year. Like she was just in Spaceman. She was just in Promesta. She's in this. She's in that new Ray Fiennes film. So cool year for Isabella Rossani, right? But this could be interesting. I mean, Josh O'Connor. I can always see him in Challengers. That looks interesting there. So this here could be interesting though. All right, we also got a film titled A Fragile Flower. Beautiful singer Dach Tayo lives in a glorious life of a artist on the grand stages of and in luxurious settings. But dark moments unfold. She is bombarded with challenges, lonely tears behind the scenes, and overwhelming worries about the future. That could be interesting. That should check out. Um, Now that's what. Oh, and we also got a documentary out this week called "The Lie: The Murder of Grace Mullane." It delves into the tragic case of 21-year-old Grace Mullane, whose solo holiday in New Zealand ended in a shocking murder, exposing disturbing attitudes about violence towards women. That I always love a good crime documentary, so that could be interesting to check out. All right, now that's what the films out this week. Now a couple of TV stuff out. We got uh, we got something on Netflix called The Believers. Like when their startup goes deep into debt, three entrepreneurs stage a risky scam using a Buddha's temple to pay back a massive loan uh, loan. So that could be interesting, I guess. On Hulu, we got We Were the Lucky Ones, which stars Joey King and Logan Lerman. A Jewish family separated the start of World War II is determined to survive and reunite. So that could be interesting. I check out there. All right. Oh, on Apple, by the way, we also got Fraggle Rocks season 2 coming, which I never really watched Fraggle Rocks. Even when I was a kid, I was more like into obviously Muppets and Sesame Street. Fraggle Rocks, I don't know, never really fascinated me there. But season 2's coming back on Apple. All right. On Prime Video, we got American Rust: Broken Justice, which set in Rust Belt town in Pennsylvania. Chief of Police Del Harris takes on an investigation when the son of a woman he loves is accused of murder. Now, this stars Jeff Daniels, and this was actually a show that premiered on Showtime, but Showtime got rid of it, so now Prime Video got it. So I haven't really seen the first season. Maybe I should give this one a go though. All right. On Prime, also on Prime Video, we got The Baxters, which stars Teddy McClellan. You might remember him from like Married with Children fame. Uh, it's where the Baxters follows Elizabeth and John Baxter and their 5 adult children, and centers on Elizabeth and John's daughter Carrie, who learns the shocking truth that their professor husband Tim has been secretly having an affair with one of his college students. As as her relationship is tested, Carl must seek comfort in their faith and family to discover if love is truly a choice and if their marriage can be redeemed. Also, of course, it's actually from Robert Downey, so it definitely looks very Christian-esque. Like I am getting a little bit of like a Hallmark feel here, so I don't know, it'd be interesting to check out though. All right, we also got on Paramount Plus. We got A Gentleman in Moscow. This actually premiered on Paramount Plus on Friday, and it'll premiere on Showtime Sunday. But this stars Ewan McGregor and Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Raquel Alexander Illich Rosov, played by McGregor, spends decades of vanishing in an attic hotel room after the Russian Revolution. After being sentenced to house arrest by Bolshevist tribunal. I mean, I like Hugh McGregor, but I saw the preview for this. Didn't do anything for me. So, I mean, hey, it's really cool to see Elizabeth Winston and Ewan McGregor work each other as a couple. But yeah, this none about this really looks interesting to me. So, on Disney Plus, we got Reignite Nell, where Nell Jackson finds herself framed for murder and becomes female highway in 18th century England, becoming the most feared highway woman in the century. But when a magical spirit called Billy Blind appears, Nell realizes her destiny is bigger and than she has ever imagined. That could be interesting. There definitely looks a little bit like very Robin Hood esque. Definitely looks like a little bit Prince of Bride esque there. So it's pretty much a fantasy show here. So that could be cool. All right, we also got a movie. We also on Hulu we got Fright on Cruise season 2. Of course, this is from DreamWorks. Uh, I haven't really seen the first season. On Netflix, we got The Testament, the story of Moses. The three-part docu-series is narrated by Game of Thrones star Charles Dance and chronicles Moses' journey from exile, murder, to liberator of Hebrew nation. So that could be interesting. Of course, this obviously this comes out the week of Easter, so perfect timing there. I mean, if you want to see a better movie about Moses, just watch the Ten Commandments. That's really iconic. Like Ten Commandments is going to be shown a lot this week. All right, and last but not least, on Apple Plus, we got the Steve Martin docuseries called Steve. Now, this is directed by the same director who gave us that Mister Rogers documentary, "Won't You Be My Neighbor," which is one of the best documentaries of the past number of years. And it is, of course, about Steve Martin and his and dives into the extraordinary story from two distant points of view, with companion documentaries that features never before seen footage and raw insights into Steve's personal and professional trials and triumphs. Then chronicles Steve Martin's early struggles and meteoric rise to revolutionize stand up before walking away at 35. And let's roll. The guy's been like literally about 70s since the 70s, I mean, Steve Martin obviously is a comedy legend, going all the way back to SNL days, obviously The Jerk, Plane, Trains, and Automobiles, Cheap by Dozen, Only Murders in the Building. He's been in some iconic stuff. So, I'm all down to see a documentary about him, Of course, we got, in the trailer, we see, Steve Martin hanging with Martin Short. I could watch those two just hang anytime. They gotta host the Oscars. Seriously. Steve Martin hosted before Without Border, but we need literally Steve Martin and Martin Short to host the Oscars someday. But who knows if that will ever happen. Yeah, I think this could be interesting to check out. I mean, I forgot the director's name. Won't You Be My Neighbor director? Yeah, the director is, of course, Morgan Neville, and he also did other stuff like the Oscar-winning film 20 Feet of Stardom. He did the documentary about Lance Armstrong. So talk about a really cool documentary career he has. So I don't know, this could be interesting to check out, no less. But that's pretty much it there. Let me lead you guys. Which of these films or series are you interested in? Are you excited for Godzilla X Kong, New Empire, Steve? Are you excited for The Beautiful Game, Dogman? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Sammy signing off.